Hello, and welcome to Abby Tyler's Healthy Living. My name is Abby Tyler. I'm your host, a family nurse practitioner, a health and wellness blogger, and a community volunteer. In here, we discuss evidence based health information regarding mind, body, and soul with a holistic emphasis. Thanks for joining me on this journey of health and wellness. Please enjoy the show. Hello, 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 ATH Alice. Welcome to our weekly show. My name is Abby. For those of you who do not know me, I'm a family nurse practitioner. It's our weekly show that comes on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I do Abby's Daily Dose during the week. So today is nothing major. We're going to be talking about facing your fears. So it won't be long either. Okay, so please give me a like if you're on, and also invite others. Alrighty. So, like I said, it's facing your fears. So it's basically just a little heart-to-heart talk. I also most of what we do too is also holistic care that we talk about your mind, body, and soul, and that's especially we'll talk about the body and the disease processes also. Okay, so facing your fears, it's one of the things where most of the time is like you become so comfortable where you are, and you don't want to change, and you don't want to see what else could be on the other side. It's not like okay, say the other side is all like golden roads and all, but just moving away from where you are, going to somewhere else. And sometimes you have to face it regardless because of circumstances. And sometimes it's just something that you want to do just to say, okay, yes, I'm doing something different. Okay. So I guess let's start out with a little story. This bridge where I live, I used to cross that bridge like every time back and forth. Like it was no problem. I could cross with my eyes closed, back and forth when I was much younger, and I had no problem with it. And but then over the past couple of years, I think it was like maybe about 5 years ago, I just developed like this intense fear for crossing the bridge. By the way, there is a phenomenon called being afraid of crossing the bridge and all that too. And by the way, I'm just saying, if you have like crippling fear and other things like that, and other reasons that you're so fearful for certain things, make sure you talk to your provider about that. Okay. And by the way, I'm a provider, but not your provider. So please don't make any changes to your regimen without checking with your own provider. So, and I just haven't crossed this bridge for the longest time. So for in order for me to go to the other side, I've always, I had to go like 45 minutes out of my way to get to where I needed to go to. And if I chose to go on the bridge, it was only about like maybe 15 minutes. All right. So and I have family on the other side. So for the longest time I was so afraid, so afraid. I'm like, okay, yes, I have another option so I don't have to cross this bridge. And sometimes in life, you have other options, like you don't have to do what you don't want to do. Okay. So one morning I had gone before and I went the other way. So I was coming back and I said, oh, geez, I'm crazy. I mean, let me just see if I can cross this bridge today. And as I was going to the bridge, all right, there's two ways. You can make a left and go to the bridge, and you can go straight and continue going to the other way where you get to the turnpike in order to get to back to where I live. So I said, no, let me just go. I'm going to take the bridge. And I was sitting there and I kept thinking, because everything that's always like, made me afraid of going back on that bridge. I always used to say it's a very narrow bridge and there's no room for error. Okay. Where it's like you either run into another car or you run into the water. So it's like, and then even if you run into another car, you can still run into the water at all. So everything that scared me is like I don't want to cause any accident. I don't want to, be the reason that somebody dies. I don't want to die because of that. There was so many things that was going on. Okay. There was so many things that's going on, and you're sitting there and it's like a crippling fear where it's like, I don't need to do this. I can still just go ahead and go in my regular way, 45 minutes, I'll be home. And I kept saying, I said, oh, you can just cross the bridge. You can just cross the bridge. Okay. Don't pay attention to all of that. You can just cross the bridge. And I said, okay, fine. I'm going to do it. And before you get to the bridge, there's also another place, another road there where before you get into the lane to get into the bridge, you can just get off and go back again to where you were going before. So I almost did that, and I almost did that, and I was like, and then I just kind of slowed down, and I decided just go across the bridge, and I went ahead and I said, don't pay attention to anything, don't pay attention to the water, don't pay attention to the other cars coming, don't pay attention to the cars that are going to be, blowing their horns behind you. Just take your time and just go. Don't pay attention to any of that. Okay. I literally got on that bridge. I was so afraid. I was so afraid. I mean, I could feel my heart like palpitation and all that. So it's like, and I got on the bridge, all right, because it's a small section of the bridge where it's literally maybe about 30 seconds, where it's like the metal part where the bridge opens up, and but it's still a narrow bridge, all right. So I went ahead and I just kind of and I just said, don't pay attention to any of that. Don't pay attention. Just get on the bridge and don't pay attention to anything else, and just cross the bridge. Just cross the bridge. So I went ahead and I did it. It's like this is something where I think the whole thing, the whole bridge itself is like 30 seconds or maybe, I don't know, about a minute, depending on the traffic and all. But, and I crossed the bridge and I literally felt my heart like, like going down and my breathing and everything. I realized I was holding my breath the entire time and I started breathing. And it was somebody might say, that's not a big deal. You cross a small bridge where everybody crosses all the time. Younger people cross it, older people cross it. What is the big deal? But for me, that was like a milestone because I said I used to cross this bridge before, and then for some reason I just got really scared, and I crossed the bridge. And I say all this, and somebody might be saying, "What is the point of this?" Okay, because when you think about things that you have to do in life, and I'm one of those people who I can overthink myself into not doing stuff, okay, because I would think on all the negative possibilities, everything, like literally everything I would think about and all that. So it's like, and then when you think about, okay, what would people say, or what if this happened, what does this happen, and it's just like, don't worry about that, just don't focus on any of that. Don't focus on any of that. Don't pay attention to the water. Don't pay attention to the oncoming cars. Don't pay attention to everything. Don't pay attention to what other people might be saying that yes, you may not be able to do it. Maybe you're too old to go back to school. Maybe this is not the kind of job that you need to get. I mean, there's other things. There's some real life issues where yes, you have to pay attention to. I'm not saying that. And again, like I said, if you have like crippling fear or something that is affecting your life, yes, you want to speak to your provider about that. But it's so important. Don't pay attention to any of that. Like I said that day, I got on the bridge and I literally did not pay attention to any water. And by the way, I was just on the bridge on Sunday. Okay. And that was the first time in like 3 months since I did it before prior to that. And and just go. Just go. Don't pay attention to anything else. Just go. Whatever decision is like, what is that bridge that is keeping you from the other side? Just cross it. Okay, just cross it. There's so many things. I mean, this year where there's so many uncertainties in political culture, in our social culture, and everything that's going on in the world. And sometimes it makes you so afraid to even do anything. You just want to stay put, and it's like, okay, I'm just going to stay in my little corner. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm not going to do that. Don't let that bring you down. Was that kind of person. Am I completely there yet? No, I'm not completely there yet. But trust me, going to nursing school, that's taxing and alone. And then you talking about with my bachelor's and then going to NP school where it's like a whole different thing and all that. And it's like many days where you sitting there, you're so afraid that if I go forward, what may happen? And what is this and what is that? I'm not telling you it's gonna be 100%, 100% success on the other side, but you have to take that leap. You have to cross the bridge. You have to cross the bridge to that other side. And don't pay attention to all the possibilities. Okay. Have it in your mind, but don't let it be the reason that's going to keep you on this side of the bridge. Okay. Yes, you could sit down there and say and delay and say, I'll go this way, I'll go that way. Why go 45 minutes out of your way? Why go years and years out of your way? Why go so many different things when this is what you need to do? Just cross the bridge. Just cross the bridge. Stay put. Stay straight. Just cross the bridge. There will be so many people, naysayers, who's going to say this. There'll be people who will say things about you. There'll be people who will be sitting there and making fun of you when there's any kind of, setback here and there, but don't let that stop you. Oh, like this lady on TikTok, she'd always say, I know, baby. I know. But, just go ahead. Just cross the bridge. And surround yourself with people who would, positive people who would tell you. I mean, some of them would tell you, yes, I think you should do a little bit this way and that way. And don't think that, yeah, they're being critical and all that because they are seeing things that you may not be seeing also. But once you know these people are like people who are there for you in your corner, they won't lead you in the wrong direction. Okay. So don't let anything hold you back. Just cross the bridge. Okay. Don't pay attention. Just right here. I'm focused. I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to write it down. This is what I'm going to do. This is step one. This is step two. Just cross the bridge. I think I was watching something the other day. Because I'm doing a lot of research and all that, where it says, write everything down that's holding you back. Okay. List the many things that are holding you back. All right. And then write it down on a piece of paper and then take that paper and just throw it out or just burn it, do whatever, just dispose of it. and then, and then come back and get another piece of paper and say, this is what I'm going to do. And now what I did, I wrote everything down and then I kind of like put it somewhere because I want it also to be my inspiration, because sometimes I take negative things to be my inspiration also. But just put that away and then just said, this is what's holding me back. What is, like, weight loss, healthy eating, school, work, moving to another place, standing up to somebody who's doing things to you that is not kind. Okay, standing up to family members, standing up to, like, what is your job or something else you want to, anything that you feel that's holding you back, that's keeping you from going to the other side. Is that bridge that's holding you. All right. I'm not a religious person. I'm more of like a sensual and spiritual kind of person, because holistic care is all of that too. So again, like I said, if you're having issues that you need to go see somebody who's like a mental health provider, you start with your primary care first and then go on to go see them. So I don't want that. I don't want you hesitating. I don't want to, I'm not speaking against that, because we're all working collaboration with each other. Okay. And sometimes you may need some medications on that, because that's where we like flying, and all that. I may need some medication eventually, because sometimes I just sit there like, but don't let that just cross the bridge. Focus. Eyes here, eyes here. Don't pay attention to yin, 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 all that. And other people who just waiting to see your downfall. Don't pay attention to those people. You got in you. I told you guys before, like, just hang in there. Just hang in there. And now it's like, okay, you hung in there. And for you who are starting the journey, hang in there. There'll be many hard days ahead, because now you're starting a new thing. You're moving on. You cross the bridge and you're making yourself available and doing things now and facing your fears in real time. But it's going to be worth it in the end. Okay, so just cross the bridge. Just cross the bridge, and there would be times where you're like, "No, I'm gonna no." I don't, trust me. Like I said, the last time I was on that bridge was I think it was 2020. And I finally got on the bridge last November, and then I it was good, and then I went back on there. I think it was actually October, and then I got back on again last Sunday, and I almost didn't go back on the bridge again. I said no, I had to be somewhere, and it was going to take me like more than an hour to get there if I had not taken the bridge again. So I just said, you faced your fears one time and you can do it again. Okay. So just cross the bridge. Just cross the bridge. All right. Let me see this. And like I said, I'm not going to be on too long. Okay. So let me just see if there's any question, any comments here. So don't forget to give me a like. Okay. All righty. Let's see here. Olivia Johnson said, hi, Abby. Hello, Olivia. Thanks for watching. Okay. So share the show with each other, with your friends, people who are not frequent. Please give me a like. And we're here every Tuesday, and I do Abby's Daily Dose. So if you're watching from Focus on Liberia, you can join Abby Talas Healthy Living page. Look for this right there. And I do short videos during the week. And then I also do this on Tuesday. Every once in a while, and sometimes if I'm showing like a rerun, I'm always in the background. So if anybody wants to ask questions during that time too, you can also ask questions. And also, if you want to ask questions on this show later on, you can always leave your comments there, and I go back and read the comments. Okay. And I really appreciate the comments and all that too, because when you leave your comments or questions or anything like that too, other people can see it and maybe think on the same questions or comments, and then they can read that. And also when you give me a like or you leave a comment, it puts the show in the algorithm where your other friends who are not friends, who are not members of the forum and all that, they get to see it. So it's all about algorithm. All right. It's all about algorithm. So it's like all those different things you see when you click on it and all that, Facebook brings it to you, because Facebook says this is what you want to see, this is what you like to see. Okay, we have so many different shows on Facebook and all that, so billions and billions of people. But again, like I said, you're facing your fears. If it's anything crippling or something that's like really bothering you, causing you, like severe heart, chest pain or stuff like that, of course, you want to get that checked. If you have anxiety disorders and all, you want to get that checked. All right. And then, but outside of that, and then including that too, because even with that, if they give you medication, you still have to do some cognitive behavioral therapy and other things too. So cross the bridge. Don't stay on don't be so comfortable on this side of the bridge anymore. cross the bridge and just stay focused. Don't pay attention to the water. Don't pay attention to the cars. Don't pay attention to that. I did that also when I travel. I did my doing my bucket list and I went somewhere. It's like 4 or 5 hours drive, and I thought about so many things that could go wrong. And I just said, okay, just get in the car. Whatever is going to go wrong, maybe that's your time. You don't hope, you don't pray that anything's going to go wrong, but there are many, many other things that went on where people are sitting right in the house or driving and all that, and things happen to them. So don't be held back by your fears. Right? Let them talk. Cross the bridge. Okay. Thank you all for watching. If you're a praying person, pray. You believe in a higher power, superficial or real, and all that. Pray for your friends. Pray for your family. Pray for the country. Pray for your enemies. You know, let God lay a table before, your enemies. I know godly people are not supposed to talk like that, but that's in the Bible. So, but anyways, good luck to you. So those of you, I think right now is Ramadan going on. So for all my Muslim followers, thank you. Good luck. And thank you all for watching. Again, I do Abby's Daily Dose during the week, and then I do this show on Tuesday. So it was just a little pep talk. Cross the bridge. Don't pay attention to anything else. Just cross the bridge. Alrighty. Thank you all for watching again. I'm on again Tuesday. And then I also, for those of you family members who don't frequent on Facebook, I'm also on YouTube under the same name. Okay. And if you do go to YouTube, can you please just, hit the subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss any shows. Okay. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye now.